Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a poem that does something absolutely incredible. It takes two of the simplest images, just two birds, and uses them to explore these huge universal ideas of freedom, oppression, and the power of the human spirit. So, let's just start with this question. What does freedom sound like? It's a fascinating thought, right? It pushes you to think beyond just what freedom looks like, and instead to imagine what it sounds like, especially for someone who's never had it.
And that brings us right to Maya Angelou's iconic poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. The entire thing is built on this really stark contrast between its two central figures, painting a picture of two completely separate worlds that are existing at the exact same time.
Yeah, at its core, it's really a simple tale of these two birds. One gets to live a life with absolutely no limits, while the other knows nothing but confinement. This contrast, this difference between their lives, well, that becomes the central metaphor for the entire poem, and it's a powerful one we're about to unpack.
Okay, so first up, let's explore the world of the free bird. Its life kind of sets the stage, right? It gives us the baseline that everything else in the poem is going to be measured against.
The poem just opens with this image of absolute, almost effortless liberty. And you really have to notice the language here. Leaps, floats, dips. These are all words of grace and ease. There's no struggle. The bird is just in perfect harmony with the world all around it.
Its world is one of entitlement, really, an endless possibility. It doesn't just enjoy the sky, it names the sky his own. It's like nature itself is just there to serve it, from the wind that carries it to the fat worms waiting on the lawn. This is freedom that's just a given, something it's never had to question.
And now the poem pivots, sharply. We're yanked from that wide-open sky right into the suffocating, confined reality of the second bird.
The whole tone just flips on a dime. That word stalks, it implies this frustrated, angry pacing, not the graceful floating we just saw. And its vision isn't filled with sun rays, no, it's blocked by what Angelou calls bars of rage.
So this is the whole point, this powerful juxtaposition. I mean, when you see them side by side like this, it is crystal clear that these are two completely separate realities. One bird owns the whole sky, the other is trapped. One acts with grace, the other is full of rage. It's a picture of privilege versus oppression in its rawest form. Then the poem details the physical damage that keeps this bird imprisoned. Its wings are clipped. Think about that for a second. The very tool of a bird's freedom, its whole identity has been violently taken away. There is literally no hope of flight.
And it doesn't stop there. His feet are tied, so even the simple act of moving around at its tiny space is restricted. The bird's very ability to be a bird has been systematically taken apart.
And right here, this is the turn. With every single physical freedom gone, with its wings useless and its feet bound, there's only one form of expression left. Its voice. That's the only tool of defiance the bird has left.
We've reached the poem's turning point, and this is not an act of surrender. No way. It's an act of profound resistance. This is where despair gets transformed into resilience, all through the one thing that you can't put in a cage, its song.
Now, what's really interesting here is the description of the song. It is not a happy tune. It's a fearful trill. The bird sings about things it has never ever experienced, things unknown, but instinctively it still yearns for them. This is a song that's born from both hope and terror.
So let's be very clear about this. This isn't the cheerful chirping of a pet. This is a desperate, powerful cry for a life the bird has never known, but feels, deep down, that it deserves. It's a song of survival. It's an assertion of its own existence against all odds. So what does all this mean? And why does this poem continue to resonate so deeply decades after it was written? Well, this is where we have to move from the literal story of two birds to the poem's enduring power as an allegory.
The poem serves as this profound allegory. The caged bird becomes a symbol for the African American community, constrained by those bars of rage of systemic racism and injustice. And the song? That represents the art, the music, the literature, the protest, that cultural and spiritual expression that defiantly proclaims humanity and demands freedom. And here's the real takeaway. The song has a power that goes way beyond the cage. Its tune is heard on the distant hill. That means that while the bird is physically trapped, its spirit, its cry for freedom, that can travel. It can inspire, it can communicate, and it can reach places the bird itself cannot. And so, this incredible poem leaves us all to think about where the spirit of the caged bird's song continues on in our own world. In which movements for justice? In which protest songs? In which voices speaking out against oppression? Where do we hear that same fearful yet hopeful song of freedom?